Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. You guys, I know Valentine's Day is Wednesday this year. I'm filming this in 2024, but I wanted to make sure this video got to you on Monday because I'm going to show you 14 fun ways to show yourself some love on this Valentine's Day, because I don't want you to have to sit there and go, oh, this is not a holiday for me. I don't have a significant other. It's all about that. You guys, it's not. Let's take back Valentine's Day. Let's make it super fun. Now, you guys know I'm a cheeseball at heart. If you've been following me for a while, you know I believe in love, but more importantly, I believe in you loving yourself. So in today's video, I'm not only going to show you 14 great and fun ways to show yourself some love on Valentine's. I want us to really reinvent Valentine's Day. It's gotten more popular to do things like a Galentine's, and I'm so excited about that because it is long overdue. In fact, I'll be talking about a Galentine's in just a little bit, but I'm so glad you're here. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe. Share this video with someone else who might be a little down on Valentine's Day, especially if they've just gone through a breakup or any kind of loss. So again, this is coming to you on Monday so that you can kind of get ready to do a couple of things ahead of time. So when Wednesday comes around, February 14th, you can really be ready to show yourself some much needed self-love. Don't forget, self-care is not selfish, and today's video is going to show you, again, some fun ways to really take care of yourself and others. Now, if you've also been following us for a little while, you probably know that, yes, I talk about my family, I talk about my daughter, my wonderful husband, but did you know that I was a single mom for almost 14 years? Now, my ex-husband and I have a great relationship now, and he will always be part of my family, and his family feels the same. Now, we had to work hard to set healthy boundaries and make sure we were both there for our daughter and our families. We were very blessed that way. They could not agree more. They wanted to make sure that she had tons of love. And just because it didn't work out between the two of us, we put her first. Now, not everybody's that lucky, but here's what you can control. You can control your attitude about Valentine's, about yourself, about hardship, whether it's a divorce or a breakup. And so that's why today's video is going to give you some inspiration, I'm hoping. And it's going to help you kind of reclaim this day, because it really could be seen as a day of love, not just for yourself, but also for the people in your life, also for coworkers. Let's work on making your job a place where you love to come to work, a place where you feel like you have a workplace family. In fact, as a business consultant and coach, that's what I help companies do. And that's another reason I offer one-on-one coaching, to help today's professionals kind of tap into their power and realize how much they have in control. Now, as I go through these tips today, if I have other videos that I think can help you, I'll be sure to mention those. I just talked about control. And man, when people get stressed and depressed, oftentimes it's because they feel like they don't have any control over their life. You guys, there's so much we can control. So I'm going to be sure to link a couple of videos for you that can really help you, not just on control, which is so important. You want to feel like you have a sense of control, but listen, I don't want you to be a control freak, okay? I'll put videos about that too. But I also want you to set healthy boundaries. And again, remember that taking care of yourself needs to be a priority. You can't be a great girlfriend, mom, career woman, career man if you're not prioritizing yourself in some way, okay? So let's get to it, you guys. Let's talk about these important tips. This is going to be so much fun. And you be sure to comment below. Let me know which of the 14 you use. Oh, and something else. I have purposely set up our 14 tips to be in the order of the day. In other words, I really hope you do all 14, because we're going to start with something amazing. I think you should start each and and every day with, and then I'm going to take you through your workday because as I mentioned, this Valentine's is February 14, 2024. If you see this video a year or two from now, I just want you to remember that this particular Valentine's Day fell on a workday, actually on Wednesday, hump day. So how do you have fun on Valentine's when it's a workday? Well, hopefully you love your job. And if you don't, I have all kinds of strategies, all kinds of tools to help you turn your current job into the dream job. And yes, it's possible. So are you ready to get to our 14 tips? Let's go. All right, you guys, as you saw from the thumbnail, the title of today's video is No Valentines? No Problem. 14 fun ways to show yourself some love on Valentine's Day. Let's start with the first tip. Tip number 1 is called morning affirmation. I want you to start Valentine's Day, that Wednesday morning when you wake up. I want you to look yourself in the mirror. That's right. Go right up to the mirror. Some professional development experts even suggest you give yourself a high five. If you're super cheesy like me, you would love that. I love that personally. Blow yourself a kiss, whatever the case may be. But just remember to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you deserve love, not just today, but each and every day. You're doing the best that you can. You are a special person inside and out. And if you're not really sure how to do an awesome morning affirmation for yourself, did you know that YouTube has so many different ones you can enjoy? And since YouTube is a free community, who doesn't love that, right? I wake up every morning. I have a playlist on my own YouTube channel. I haven't created any of these. I just have others I listen to. So by the way, if you would like me to create a morning affirmation video for you, let me know in the comments below. But there's several that I listen to. It depends on the mood I'm in. If I'm wanting positivity and gratitude, I will find that on YouTube. If I want some morning meditations and morning affirmations to help me just start my day off on the right foot, I can find those on YouTube. If I want to start my morning off with the feeling of abundance and wealth and prosperity, did you know that there's videos just for that to help you wake up? And there's videos to end your day with those affirmations as well. So find your favorite, either come up with your own, and make sure you start your day on Wednesday with some powerful morning affirmations. All right, tip number 2, I'm calling enjoy a self-love breakfast. That's right. Make it special for yourself. Really treat yourself before you even get to the office. And if you work remotely, even better. Before you actually set up for your workday, enjoy a beautiful breakfast and make it fun. How about some heart-shaped pancakes or something like that? And again, that's why I want the video to come out a little early so you've got time to think about these things and maybe prepare for it. Now, if you're someone like me that does intermittent fasting, you may choose not to have breakfast perhaps first thing in the morning. But consider this. Most intermittent fasting experts believe it's good for your body to change it up a little bit. So when it is a special occasion, then think about treating yourself. I'm never super hungry in the morning, but I absolutely love a little treat. If I'm going to treat myself, it's going to be something amazing that goes great with coffee. So for me, I am going to go to my local donut shop and I'm going to see if they have a Valentine special donut. If they don't, I'm going to get my favorite, which is this cinnamon sugar cake donut. I'm going to eat that with my coffee. It's going to be amazing. I may have to wait a little bit. I don't think I want it like at 6 or 7 in the morning or something, but I'm going to start my day just like that. And I invite you to do the same. Pick a breakfast that you love, that you normally don't have time for. Make it special for yourself. That's why we're calling it the self-love breakfast. Okay, tip number 3, another way to show yourself some love is to bring something to the office for your desk. You don't have to wait for somebody to send you flowers. Bring some flowers, bring a Valentine's Day decoration, bring something to just spruce up your workspace. Now, if you're not in a traditional office, then bring something to use at home or something you can see in the car. So anything to kind of make it fun on your desk, in your office. Maybe it's a heart-shaped pen or pencil. Maybe it's a notepad. Maybe it is some flowers that you put on your desk on Valentine's Day, or even better, some flowers that you bring to a coworker. Tip number 4 is all about self-care breaks throughout the day. I want to make sure as you are working hard on this Valentine's Day that you take breaks throughout the day. This is a tip I often share with my clients because it will actually increase productivity. If you don't take any breaks from that computer, or if you don't do a lot of computer work, if you don't take any breaks from just being out and about and just running around and being as busy as we all are, if you don't take some sort of break throughout the day, even if it's just for 2 or 3 minutes, your productivity and your creativity, your innovation, all those things are actually going to go down, not up. So really think about ways to refuel your energy all throughout this Valentine's Day. You can even find some apps that have music and things like that that would inspire you. One of my favorites is from the Calm app. It's called Beach Campfire. I love the sound of the waves crashing in. I love the sound of the crackling fire. In fact, I think you can even find videos like that. What you would have to pay on Calm, I think you can actually find that on YouTube. So you might want to just check that out. But I love Calm. I love apps like that. And then you can plug in your headphones and listen to something like that that can give you a couple of minutes to just unwind, decompress, and just really refuel your energy for the rest of your workday. Tip number 5 is called spread the love. In other words, when you are working, especially in an office, think about maybe treating your coworkers to something on Valentine's Day. Maybe it's a batch of cookies that you either made, or if you were like me, you picked them up at a bakery or the grocery store. Or if you made them, they were those pre-sliced cookies. You put them on the cookie sheet and put them in the oven, easy peasy. But do something like that to make somebody else's day special. I'm telling you what, it is the best prescription if you're feeling a little blue, is to make someone's day special. And it doesn't have to be a coworker. It could be a stranger that walks into the office building, maybe is dropping something off, or, you're out running errands or something like that. So think about other folks. Think about ways that you can brighten their day, even if it's just giving them a smile as you pass them by in the hallway. Things like that can really kind of help create that workplace family that we all love. And if you're working remotely, then get out for just a little bit as part of your mental break. And when you're out and about, make sure you smile. If you had an extra rose that you bought yourself, how about handing that to someone today? Spreading those random acts of kindness is not only just such a wonderful thing to do for our beautiful world out there, but it also is going to make you feel so good, because we always know deep down inside that as tough as things are, oftentimes they can get worse, and oftentimes somebody else is going through something even harder than you are. So if you can bring a smile to them, think about how much it's going to make you smile to help brighten someone else's day. Tip number 6, I'm calling lunchtime catch up with friends. That's right. Plan on going out to lunch today. Who wouldn't love a Valentine's lunch? Either meet coworkers or perhaps a friend you haven't seen in a while, especially if you're working remotely. All the research shows us that we need that interaction with people. You can get too isolated. The hours just kind of blend together, and again, you're not being as productive as you could be. You're going to probably be exhausted by the end of the day, and we definitely don't want that on Valentine's Day when you should be showing yourself some love. So really think about planning a lunch date. That's another reason I wanted the video to come out today, Monday, so that you had time to call a friend and see about getting together for lunch. Think about bringing them a flower. Think about bringing them a card, or at the very least, just let them know how much they mean to you. And that's a beautiful way to show yourself some love and somebody else on Valentine's Day. Tip number 7, I'm calling the self-love playlist. That's right, music can really inspire people. There's tons of research to even show how much it can really energize people. It can brighten their mood, lift their spirits. So I want you to think about your favorite songs. Now, let me say this too. I'm not talking about just love songs. I mean, what if you've just been through a horrible breakup or you've lost someone important in your life? You may not be feeling the love. So don't. I repeat, don't. Yes, I'm talking to you. If your jam is to sit there and listen to breakup songs right after you've gone through a breakup, don't do that to yourself at all, okay? Instead, pick songs that inspire you, make you feel good, make you feel energized, and make you feel grateful for everything you do have instead of pining away for things that you don't. Tip number 8, we're calling treat yourself. That's right. I want you to treat yourself, whether it's one little piece of chocolate sometime during the workday, whether it's a magazine you've been dying to get to, or perhaps another fun YouTube video that you just wanted to watch either on your lunch hour or on a coffee break. Maybe it's just a quick text to someone to let them know how much you care about them. I want you to treat yourself. Do something fun, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, to break up the day and to remind yourself how special it is, how special each day is, and we don't want to waste it. Tip number 9, this is something that I enjoy so much. And even though I'm married now, don't think, ladies, that I don't get together for a Galentine's. That's right. It is so rare that I miss a Galentine's dinner. That's another reason I wanted the video to come out today so you could plan for this. Now, it doesn't have to be some big elaborate dinner. You guys could just go out and show yourself some love, go to your favorite restaurant, wherever that may be. You don't have to have a dinner party or invite 20 people. What if it's just dinner with a dear friend that you're always saying, oh, let's get together soon, and you don't? And for the married people out there, I'm talking about the married women and men. Listen, you cannot ignore your friends just because you're married. Hello. You are not being a good friend. Now, do you want to spend all this time with friends at the, sacrifice of your marriage? Of course not. But remember, friendships are important, especially for both genders. There's a special kind of love and friendship that women get only from women friends and vice versa. The guys sometimes need a guy's night. So really encourage that. Now, maybe it's not going to be on Valentine's. I know a lot of gals are having dinner on the 13th, which this year falls on a Tuesday. Whatever you do, go celebrate the wonderful friendships that you have. And wouldn't it be wonderful if you are single right now and you don't have an official Valentine's? Wouldn't it just be great to have a wonderful dinner to look forward to almost right after you get done with work? You can get dressed up or just go casual. The whole point is to have fun and to remember how lucky we are to have the wonderful people in our lives. And if you're not feeling that way about the people in your life, I'm going to put some videos right here about healthy boundaries, because you need to have the right circle of support, my friend. If you don't have it now, that needs to be something that we work on, whether you hire me as your coach to do it, or if you just watch some other inspiring video. Remember, you have every right to have wonderful people in your life supporting you and lifting you up. And we're going to do that on this Valentine's Day. Okay, this may seem like a strange tip, you guys. Tip number 10 is called evening exercise. And you're like, what? I want to go to my Valentine's dinner. I want to have a glass of champagne. Okay. When I say evening exercise, I'm talking about when you get back from all of your festivities. I want you to start thinking about how are you going to wind down on this special, special day. So oftentimes when we're busy all day, if we don't do something like stretching, walking, a little yoga, something like that, our bodies are just kind of like on high alert. So we want to change that. Whatever inspires you, okay? So maybe it's a 3-minute yoga routine you found on YouTube. Maybe it's a bedtime ritual that includes some of those powerful affirmations we talked about that you do on an evening walk. Whatever the case may be, really think about making sure that your body is stretched and comfortable, kind of preparing it for a good night's sleep, which is definitely a great way to end a fantastic day. Tip number 11 is called pamper yourself. Now, if you got a chance to pamper yourself earlier, that's great. But I want to make sure you are ending this Valentine's Day by pampering yourself before you go to bed. Now, when I was a single mom, my daughter and I loved going out together on Valentine's Day, but I always made sure that I had a luxurious bubble bath. I put candles on. I usually had a little glass of bubbly myself just to relax and again remember how lucky I am to have the life that I do. Even if it wasn't in the exact spot I wanted it to be right then and there, I knew I had a lot to be grateful for. So think about pampering yourself, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe a manicure or pedicure right after work if that's more convenient. But the point is to treat yourself with the love you deserve, especially on Valentine's Day. Tip number 12, family time. Have you guys been to the Crown Shop or the Hallmark store lately? They have got the best cards for family. Valentine's Day is not just about a significant other, okay? It can also be about your parents, your sister, your brother, right? So really think about family time. When my daughter was little, we always played board games. We had so much fun on Valentine's Day. And when she was little, I loved the fact that her dad would come pick her up and take her out for a very special dinner. In fact, if I can find my favorite picture of him all dressed up in a suit, her in a sparkly little dress, and they would go out for their own father-daughter Valentine's Day. Well, by him doing that, not only did my daughter have this amazing family time and an amazing treat to look forward to, but it gave me time to have that Valentine's dinner or to pamper myself and have some time to myself if I didn't have my own Valentine's date. So really think about that. Family time can be important, and it's so fun to send cards. We get so many emails. So go to your local Hallmark store, send a card to your sister, your dad, your mom, your cousin, whatever the case may be, a favorite aunt or uncle, and wish them a happy Valentine's Day, and just let them know you're thinking about them. How fun would it be for them to get that in the mail? In fact, you guys, each and every year, I always kind of reflect back on how things went. That's going to be a tip coming up. You're going to see how I'm going to use this Valentine's Day to inspire me to do things a little differently next year. Tip number 13, I'm calling creative expression. You might be thinking, right before you go to bed? What I'm talking about is oftentimes, we get wrapped up in things like watching a good movie, listening to a song. All of that is so important. I love all of that, right? It's so fun. But I want you to really think about maybe an activity that engages you a little bit more. For example, painting. Or if you're not a great artist, you don't have to be nowadays. They've got adult versions of paint by number. They even have those adult coloring books. I bought one with a whole set of colored pencils. Do you know you can actually get a great sense of fulfillment if you kind of do a little arts and crafts type of activity instead of just reading or just watching TV. So you need to do something a little bit more active. It's so fun. So if you're working on a project, maybe you took up knitting for the first time or cross stitching, then get back to that project. Kind of reconnect your mind, body, and spirit, especially right before you go to sleep. All right, you guys, the last tip for this special Valentine's Day, tip number 14, is to reflect back and have gratitude. So in other words, think back on this Valentine's Day. Think about everything you do have to be grateful for. It's not about having a Valentine's. It's really about treating yourself to these 14 tips to remind you of how precious life is, how special you are, and how much you have to look forward to. So I mentioned to you my idea for next year. So when I reflect back on these 14 tips, I realized when I talked about family time that I want to do something different next year. I'm going to pick 14 people in my life, a combination of family and friends. And those 14 people, you guessed it, are going to get an old-fashioned Valentine's Day card next year. I'm going to give myself plenty of time to make sure I have their address and actual stamp, and I'm sending that in the mail. Because you know what? Do you remember when we all got Valentine's Day cards and chocolates and cookies and things when we were in school, when we were little, and everybody got one? As adults, we kind of get the short end of the stick sometimes. Who doesn't love to have a lot of fun like that? So I want to bring that back, and I want to make sure I'm having as much fun, and my loved ones and my friends are too. So reflect back. Be grateful. Close your eyes on this Valentine's Day. Think about how much we all have to be grateful for, and then reflect back. And if you can think of something that inspires you for next year, be sure to do that. All right, you guys, as I close out this video, I'm going to close it out the way I do on our podcast, the Career Woman's Secret Playbook podcast. We always talk about how much of your day really is in your own control. So I'm going to wrap up with our saying that we say at the end of every one of those episodes, and it's this: if you're not having a fantastic day, you have the power to make it one. All right, you guys, if you listened and watched us to the very end, we love you. We're sending you lots of love on this Valentine's Day. You deserve it. And you're something special if you listened and watched to the very end. And you know why? Because you care enough about yourself not to shortchange yourself, and to kind of like be open-minded to content creators like me that might have an idea or two that can really help you, give you a better day, make it fun for you. So thank you so much for being here. And if you like this kind of content, definitely give us a thumbs up. Share this video with someone else that you think might like it. And we'll see you in our next video. Take care, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. We love you.